Okay, so hi boys and girls, this is your science, and we're going to be starting this with both Miss Sastre's class and my class beginning on Thursday, April the 23rd, and then with my class beginning on Monday, April the 27th. So this is what the sheet looks like, constellation creation. And the prompt says, ancient Greeks and Romans studied the groups of stars we call constellations. They named the constellations in the northern two-thirds of the sky after the heroes, heroines, and characters of their myths or animals. So it's kind of neat because myths are going to go along with what we're doing with fantasy in the fourth quarter. So here's the constellations that you have to choose from that you can research. They're all listed here. So you're going to choose one of them. On the constellation draw and name, I'm going to show you what that's going to kind of look like. It's not going to be actually drawing the stars, but you're going to actually be drawing something where you have, for instance, something that looks like this, and you're connecting the constellations together, and that's how they normally would form a picture. So you're going to show where the stars, the groups of stars are at that are in the constellations, and you're going to tell me which one you did. So for instance, if this is Cancer, I would write that this is the constellation Cancer. Where and when the constellation is best viewed. So that means what hemisphere. Some stars or constellations, you see in certain hemispheres, but not in another. So northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, or not in both of them. So you could tell me which one it's best viewed and at what time of the year you can see it best. So for this, I would simply just write a little sentence, and I've filled in the space there, so you can just write it right below. One sentence in here about who or what the constellation is named for. So the constellation is named for the lion Leo that defeated Zeus, for instance. For the important facts about the constellation's namesake, I want you to give me 2 sentences of facts about why the constellation is named that, or some background information on that particular constellation. Namesake means why is it named for that? What happened that made this character probably important? And then on the back, it says to write an article about the constellation and its name. Make sure this article grabs your reader's attention and then tells them everything there is to know about the constellation you research. Remember, no plagiarism. That means you need to get to know the particular constellation, read about it. You know how I always tell you all, read about it, and then put the information away so you're not tempted to plagiarize it. It needs to be at least 60 words, which is really not very many words. Make sure that it's complete sentences, and you can just write it right on the back. If you're not comfortable with that, then get a piece of notebook paper and you can write it on notebook paper. You should be writing everything in cursive still. The front part you can write in print, but please make sure when you write your paragraph that you write it in cursive. So you're going to choose one of these and circle it. Draw the stars that are included in your constellation, and then you're going to attach them. What hemisphere and time of the year you best see it. One sentence about what the constellation is named, who the constellation or what the constellation is named for, and then how the constellation got that name. Why did that come about? 2 facts or 2 sentences. You fill it right in here. And on the back, you're going to write a 60-word little article. It would be an expository article with you just giving details, but it needs to not be plagiarized. It needs to be in your own words about what you have learned about your constellation. Now, 2 good websites, I'm going to turn us this way. One of them is called Planets for Kids, and unfortunately the only bad thing about this website is it's a free website, so there's a lot of ads on it, but it does have a lot of good information. So planetsforkids.org/theuniverse/ constellations.hotmail. And I think Miss Sastre and myself will both have that on our assignments. So if you scroll down, there you can see some of the images. When you keep scrolling, it has a little history about constellations and some of the constellations you can see in the sky. And then here it has the different constellations that you can pick. And here are some of them. You just click on them. So for instance, Andromeda is one of ours. You can click on it and it will take you to more information about it. Let me get rid of our weekly newsletter here. And there you can actually see the stars that you would have to draw, those pinpoint stars, and then attach them together. That would go in that area right there where it says draw and name. You would make something that looks like that. You don't need to label it for me with the names of the different stars. You just need to draw it. And then it will give you information about the constellation, the meaning of it. So you're going to want to read that and get to know it a little bit better. Another ad that would be a good, another ad. See, I've got ads on the brain with all these ads. Another one that would be good for you to use is Ducksters. And that is ducksters.com. And here's what that looks like. And then you could just simply search for what it is that you are looking for on the Ducksters site. So you've got science over here, of course, that, find our little search. Go to science. And we'll go to astronomy. And here's a lot of information about astronomy. And then there's things about all the different constellations are right here. So you can get to learn about the constellations, and it has a lot of different constellations listed in here with some simple little pieces of information. So that'd be a good one just for like the little images and just to kind of get to know constellations a little better. And then for further details, I would go to that the Planets for Kids website. So Ducksters is good, and Constellation for Kids, it's good too. The Planets for Kids, excuse me. When you finish this, y'all are going to have 2 days to work on this. So today really should be all, the first day should be all about just getting to know your constellation, which one you choose. Probably, you know, circling the name. Sorry for my bobbling there. Circling the name, drawing it, possibly putting that piece of information and what it's named for. And then you could work on the next day, the second day of this, on writing your 2 sentences and then writing your paragraph on the back. Remember, only 60 words is not a lot. You're welcome to write more than 60 words if you'd like. And then when you finish it, I need both sides of it either dropped off during our next drop-off pickup. So it won't be this drop-off pickup on the 24th. It would be the next one, because obviously Miss Sastre's class is just starting this on Thursday, and they're going to work on it Thursday and Tuesday, and my class is going to work Monday and Wednesday. So the next week's drop-off pickup, or your parents are welcome to email me a PDF of it. And then after we finish with this, then your test in science on this lesson on constellations and stars will be upcoming next. All right, you all have a great day. Miss seeing your faces. Bye.